sell 25,000 books in less than 72 hours or around 72 hours.
How did you do that? How to build a strong brand?
Basically, you need like a...
Alright, what is your biggest dream?
Or like, I think like it would be interesting to go to space. Like the same, it inspires me all the time. It's my dream, it's my goals. It's like to see where is the next level. Like to face all different kind of challenges.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game Changers YouTube channel. Today we're in a car of one of the best entrepreneurs in the German market who is currently residing in the UAE. His name is Raoul Plickat. Raoul, hello. Yeah, so now we are going to his office. He will showcase all the office stuff that he has. He will explain different interesting things and topics about the business and share his secrets. Raoul, can you please introduce yourself to the audience, who you are, what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Raoul Plickat. I'm, like you said, from Germany. And I build and grow brands. I'm also like software entrepreneur, so I have a lot of things going on, but mainly I'm like focused on marketing, advertising. Yeah, that's what I do. German market, international market also. So not only Germany, and e-commerce. Yeah, that's what I do.
So Raoul will show us around and explain what are these scribbles are all about, what are these photos and pictures are all about. Because there are lots of them, so let's have a look. Raoul, can you please explain why you have so many like Grant Cardone's citations about success and stories? Is it inspiring you, or let us know about it?
I didn't decide, my wife did it.
Ah, so your wife is doing this, right?
Yeah.
So how many of them do you have in the office?
I think like five.
Five?
Yeah.
This is your office?
Yeah, this is my desk.
You have everything pretty neat and simple here. You don't put the books or the papers on the desk, right?
Sometimes I do, but usually like I like to have...
How many companies are you currently helping with marketing, with brand building and everything like that?
Me personally, with my company here, it's like 6.
6 companies. Yeah. What inspires you most at the moment?
Like the same, it inspires me all the time. It's my dream, it's my goals. It's like to see where is the next level. Like to face all different kind of challenges. Of course, sometimes we're like not that motivated on some day, like another day. It's normal, it happens. It could be because you're hungry, because you're tired, because you're lacking of sleep. You're going late to bed, hashtag Dubai. So I'm always very late.
What are the businesses you would like to expand to?
I don't want to expand because, let me explain, because I'm just focusing on a handful. So I have a company in Germany where I'm a shareholder of, and this is like marketing agency with like 40 people who take care like every single branch you can imagine. So like they're doing the job like for like small medium businesses, and I just focus on big ones here.
Why did you pick up the name Aladdin?
Because I always loved like the stories about stories of 1001 Night. Yeah.
Ah, 1001 Night. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when I was as a child, and like.
So this came natural. All right. What is your biggest dream?
Or like, I think like it would be interesting to go to space. Yeah, for me at least. Like it sounds a little bit cliche because a lot of people I think want to do it, but because of awareness. So, but when I was young, I wanted to become like very young. I wanted to become an astronaut.
Okay.
So, yeah. So and then nowadays like. It seems like a reality that you can go to space very soon.
Right.
So, and I just watched recently a movie about Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon. It's called The First Man. It's a very good movie, I can recommend. And like all astronauts, so like after they were in the space, like they had a different perspective. I think that's kind of interesting, at least for me. So. Let's go to space.
What is here? What do you write it daily, or you just wrote it once and?
No, like this is something we write daily, like to-do list, or like when we plan a launch. Something is there just as a reminder, and because we like to be creative and cool. And
who is sitting here in this room?
yeah, like sitting the girls usually, blog articles, copywriting. Yeah.
All right. And what about this room?
Like people who build landing pages and the stuff. So you see like usually like something like this behind you.
Countdown.
Yeah.
Email.
Success. A success page.
Email type.
Yeah.
All right. Many chat.
Yeah.
10x Grant Cardone. So this is basically the technical room, right? Where you build the website, they build the tunnels, funnels, and all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a meeting room.
Meeting room, right?
Yeah. Don't be a little bitch. You know what bitch means? I don't think so. You know.
Okay. Explain. Huh?
Bitch means, if you Google it in the translator, it means complainer.
Complainer.
It's not what you think.
Ah, really?
No, yeah. Bitch means like bitch means basically like complaining about something.
Okay.
Not the stuff you thought.
Right.
So that gives this whole thing another meaning.
How many meetings do you have here per day, per week?
Every week, once or so, or twice. Usually we sit here like during launch, like to plan campaigns and everything. So like it's also like not only a meeting room but also like creative room, like to plan out everything. And
Get the #1 step-by-step guide on how to become your own boss in the UAE. You will learn how to start your own business in the UAE. Just click the link in the description below this video and follow this link. This is your time to start. Click the link below this video. Bam! What is more important than money for you?
health.
Health.
Yeah, definitely. So like there was a period of time where I was like, fuck that, let's go for the money, you know.
Right.
No, right now it's like more important. Like,
what do you do to support health?
well, first of all, like I try to sleep longer.
How many hours of sleep do you have every day?
Well, right now I'm like 6, 7.
6, 7.
Yeah. So before, like in average, the last 3 years I slept like 4 or 5.
Crazy.
Yeah. And like to get more sleep, eat healthy, of course, like go to the gym more often.
Right.
Sometimes there are some periods where you can't go that often and when you have to, yeah.
Alright, so now is one of my favorite parts, the hot seat questions with Raoul. So it will be the quick questions, but you need to reply quickly, but not necessarily too short.
Okay.
Alright. Dubai or Berlin?
Dubai.
Why?
Because the flair, I like it more. And the people, weather, environment, everything is faster. Like Berlin is dirty.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is the best businessman in the history of the planet?
Bezos.
Why?
Because he built Amazon in so many different spaces, vertical, horizontal.
Right.
Yeah. So I think, or like who's alive right now. Before that, I think like Rockefeller was pretty badass. Yeah.
All right. Which is the best city in the UAE?
Dubai.
Not Abu Dhabi.
No.
You like more dynamic one.
I like more dynamic one. Yeah.
All right. The worst ever decision that you made in business?
Or a lot of. The worst one?
The worst one. Where you lost lots of money or something similar to this?
Or trust probably the wrong people, and procrastination at some point. Yeah.
So what was the price for this? Wrong people, lack of trust and procrastination?
Lost time, definitely.
Lost time.
Yeah.
All right. What was the happiest moment in your life?
Happiest moment?
Yeah.
Probably when I married my wife. Yeah.
Nice. What is happiness for you?
Successful launch.
Successful launch of a product.
Product, marketing campaign, anything, yes.
Right. What is unhappiness for you? Unsuccessful launch.
Unsuccessful launch, unsuccessful, no. Like not achieving what you could have achieved if you know it.
Right.
If you really know it, then it sucks.
How many days in a year do you go for vacation? How often do you go for vacation?
I can't tell you how much because usually I always try, or I'm traveling a lot, but when I'm traveling I'm combine it always with business. Like we took this year, I think, like my wife and I, we took like 7 or 8 days. We were in Italy, but I also had like 2 business meetings there, so my wife will not count it as vacation. For me it was vacation, so it's like, depends who you ask.
Right. Can we say that you can completely disconnect from the business while you're on vacation, or you still have the phone, you still get in touch with all the team members of yours?
Yeah, so it's not like that I want to disconnect or I just don't want to disconnect. You know,
Okay.
it feels weird for me.
Right.
The good thing is like the companies are running that independent that I can disconnect when they don't need my involvement, but I don't need to. So like I structured everything like that. I don't know that I don't need a vacation. You know, like
Nice.
in terms of that.
How do you manage this situation when you're, because for many entrepreneurs, you know, it's a common situation when you really have ups and downs, and when you're at the bottom, when you don't have the mood, you don't have the motivation, it is the time to struggle. So how do you struggle with these situations?
I don't see it as a struggle or like that it emotional affect me too much. Of course, like I said, but most of the time it's more like really you're feeling bad because you really didn't sleep a lot of time or a long time, not enough. Then you just need to sleep for a couple of hours. You need to eat something, like, or you need to eat less, or you need to exercise. You did exercise too less. Like this has a more important role because like a lot of people you just mentioned who have like this really up and downs and like feel emotional devastated and looking like where's the motivation, everything and stuff, like they're feeling that way because the weeks before or the months before they didn't eat properly, exercise properly, didn't anything, didn't hang out, socialize. Like basically like this all affected them because they only focused on work, focused too much on the problem and less on like because as humans we have like the bias that we're focused or we're sometimes too stubborn to look like what is the solution, maybe where it exists, taking it from there, and instead like too focused, too stubborn and think like, oh, for me the situation is different, I need to, everything is different for me and I need to solve it by myself, or I need to do this and that, and you run like into walls, and that's why you feel that way.
Many entrepreneurs and businessmen who are watching us now, they want to have like the availability to disconnect from the businesses that they have at least for several weeks, just, you know, to relax and stay out of the operations. What would be your advice? How it's better to structure a company so that you could like disconnect and still the company will be organically developing? Well,
first of all, I think it depends on your type, like who you are as a person.
Right.
So like in your preference, I think there's nothing good or bad with taking a vacation. Not like this all hustle hard Gary Vee mentality. I think it's not the best way to think. I'm not a fan of Gary Vee because he's like saying like no vacation, nothing, work hard.
Work till you die.
Yeah, basically work hard till you die. And no, just do it how you like it. In the end, it's your life, you know.
Right.
Like for example, like it's the same. Like basically with being productive. There are like so many people. They're like procrastinating so much. Like when I wake up, I'm going to the phone and this and that, and I can't do anything. Like, hey, dude, it's your life.
Right.
Why you don't structure your life how you want it? You know, it's like, why you don't do the things that you want? So don't go to the phone when you're complaining about, like, and same as like with business.
And then they complain that they don't have time for business or for themselves, right?
Exactly. You need to have a plan, and you need to sacrifice for something. So in the end, if you want to have your dream life, and it means like you need to sacrifice for like 90 minutes a day on your phone or 2 hours on your phone and watch videos you don't want and read messages of people you don't like. So I think it's a good price, you know.
Yeah.
But
pretty high price.
really high price. But no. So just structure it how you want it. So for me personally, it means like my company, people can come. We all come between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
We stay longer in terms of that because it works better for us.
Yeah.
But this is how it rolls. We don't want to. Nobody wants, and our company wants to be in the morning. There are some people who have preferences in the morning,
right,
or are morning persons. So just work out in the morning. Do something else. Take care of yourself, whatever. And we start between 10 and 12.
I know that you go to gym. Do you do any other sports activities to, like, in terms of free time, to spend your free time?
No, just gym.
Gym.
Yeah, just a simple person. Gym worked best for me.
Right.
It's simple. You have music in your ears, maybe a little bit of pre-workout, and it's kind of meditation, relaxing.
Yeah. Do you go to gym every day, or you have some set schedule for that?
Well, it depends on the projects are going on.
Right.
Sometimes I like to push myself in terms of work and to accomplish new goals, new records, and stuff like that with my work. So I'm easy to sacrifice than on the gym part.
Yeah.
But I was very hard working in the gym before. So like the last couple of years, it was like 6 or 7 times per week, and I look definitely a bit better then.
Yeah.
But right now I'm married, so I don't have the need anymore somehow. But I still to be in shape. Try to be in shape. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, of course. What is the maximum budget you spend for marketing for a client?
Well, like it's over 8 digits.
Over 8 digits?
Yeah.
So it means tens of millions?
Yeah.
Of what? Euros or dirhams or?
More euros and dollars. But
euros or dollars?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm German, so I will not give you the exact numbers.
Okay,
you know?
so this is for one client, or one particular
yes,
client.
Exactly.
How much did you earn in the first months of running your business? When you just started?
So my very first company.
Very first company, yeah.
Very first company was like completely different one.
Right.
I did,
what was it about?
Fitness clothing. So I designed clothing.
Okay.
Took it from China,
right,
imported it to Germany, and then sold it on an online store.
Okay.
And I did in the very first month, I think I did minus 4,000 euro.
And the second one?
Well, the second one was better.
Minus 3.5.
No, I think it was only minus 1,000.
Ah, okay.
And then from that up, I started exploring the forest of profits, you know.
Okay.
But very, very slightly. So like in total, I think I did like around 18,000 euro in revenue and took like 7,000 profit after 1.5 years. So,
1.5 years.
Yeah.
And then you just quit it, right?
I closed it down because at the same time I had another company which was way more successful.
And what was it about? What was the second company about?
The second thing So the thing was I usually wanted to be like designing clothes and stuff, and then I was.
So that's why you are wearing Dolce & Gabbana.
For example, yeah, but should be wearing Philipp Plein to be honest. But,
right.
Yeah. In the end, I wanted to design clothes.
Right.
And I hired a marketing agency, and they did horrible job. They were saying they didn't spend any euro on Facebook or Google.
Okay.
They just made like, you may need a new logo, you need flyers and stuff for an online shop. Didn't work, of course, so I got frustrated, learned everything about marketing, and then I became like first consultant and then partner in a bigger marketing agency, and then I started my company here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you watch YouTube videos in general? What channel are you subscribed to?
Sometimes, but I'm not watching like particularly channels.
Yeah.
Very rarely. I'm just sometimes there are like videos like friends who are recommending them to me or so. Yeah, I watched it a lot when I was broke a few years ago. Yeah. Seriously, I was watching so much YouTube and.
So do you think it's a waste of time?
If you have better things to do, yeah, definitely. If you're there for learn something, yes. But the thing is, like, is YouTube the best place for information? Probably not, because like free information nowadays it's
overwhelming.
Well, it's it's definitely overwhelming. And second of all, like the best informations, I think they're not free. And you're not accountable, or like you're not that committed to consume and act on the information you get when it's free. When you pay for information, you act on it. You want to make sure that you get something out of it. When it's free, it's a different mindset.
How to build a strong brand?
Basically, you need like a great USP. USP is everything. You need to have certain values where you stand for, and people need to know what you don't stand for, basically. This is super important, because you can't be brand for everyone and everything.
And positive and everything.
Yeah, like this is like the most beginner mistakes of startups. They want to be friends with everyone. We're not. No. Yeah, you know, your friends, you're attracting, you want to attract only a certain type. And if you're cool and if you're successful, people like successful brands, you will grow. But this only works when you start focus on one target group. Values, USP, certainty. So like and congruency. So like you need to what you promise to deliver, you need to deliver it ongoing. You can't be like one day have good quality in your product, next day shit quality. You need to be like on top level all the time. So that's what great brands, exceptional brands, what they're standing for.
What do you think? Is it possible to build a brand on your own, or you need to invite companies who specialize in it, like yours?
You can and you should definitely build your brand by your own. I think so. There's nobody who can take the work away. Somehow, if you're a small, medium business, you need to do it by yourself. When you're bigger business, you hire the right people for that. If you have the money, you hold your chief marketing officer, you hire them, and yeah. Do
you think it's more preferable to hire a marketing officer in-house, or to have it like from the outsource?
It depends on the quality and on what you want to achieve. So what I do is I build existing brands. So like to be precise, I grow brands. So I don't build them from the ground up in most of the cases, but I take them and more like an entrepreneur work on it, like from the brand perspective. Yeah, so I think that the best people also the most expensive. So sometimes it makes sense, or you can't take them in-house, so you need to hire them
for a specific project. Yeah.
Or for a specific project, or like for a couple of years.
What is the most expensive thing that you bought for yourself?
I can't tell on the camera.
What do you usually read daily or weekly?
Yeah,
like is there a newspaper or website that you go to for the news or something like that?
No, I don't read news. Like very, very rarely.
Right.
Very rarely.
Is there a specific reason for that?
Yeah, negativity. What I read sometimes is like what goes like in business news.
Right.
but like general news, like I try to avoid as much as I can.
Do you read maybe some books or journals about the marketing, something like that?
Well, marketing is like what I read a lot is actually case studies.
Case studies.
Yeah. So because like the marketing techniques, we talked earlier about it.
Yeah.
It's like the rules are the same.
Yeah.
But what's super interesting is like that how the rules are applied in so many different cases.
Yeah.
It's like that's the exciting part. I read so many case studies. I think like 2 at least per day.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have a specialized website for this? Or?
Yeah, there are some websites for it definitely, and the rest is like I have one employee who will looking for website for
such information
for case studies, and I'll get them sent once per day in email. Take a look, get inspired, and new ideas.
What is success for you?
Well, like going every day after the potential I have, going hard.
Who has been the biggest influence on you?
Few people. Definitely a mentor of mine when I was 16, like who I met here in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was CEO of a steel trading company here.
How did you meet?
He was at the time the father of my ex-girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
So he had a very big influence on me. Yeah, because of that I saw Dubai and I saw like what's possible. Before that, I wanted to become like a lawyer sometimes,
right.
and, like go normal career way. And after it, I knew like no way.
So this is the person who changed your life, basically, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, kinda.
If you could meet anyone in the world's history, who that man or woman shall be?
Definitely Genghis Khan.
Okay.
And the other one is probably John D. Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
Sam Walton is cool. Yeah, I think these 3.
Nice.
Maybe Julius Caesar.
All right. When you meet with God, what would you tell him?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
If you just started the business now from zero, what would you do? Would it be the same or something different?
Cool question. I answered this question like I think like 2 months ago in a book from ClickFunnels, in the US book. Like, what would you do in like 30 days? And I had the honor to write a guest chapter for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would basically do the same thing I did before when I very first started, like to acquire clients the hard way, show them their cost of opportunity, like how much they're missing when they're not going on the online way, not getting Facebook advertisement, not Google advertisement, how many clients I miss out, calculate it for them and show them a way how they can get more customers without their work. They just need to pay me or pay me money, and I will transfer this money into paying customers for them.
What was the most difficult thing that has happened to your business?
I think there are a lot of challenges, and they're all you're at one level, and at that moment it's a harder thing for you. Right. Then you achieve or solve the problem, you grow. And then another thing is harder. And it's so put it in perspective, it's like pretty hard to compare it. So
each level has its own difficulty.
Yeah, that's why I can't say like this was the hardest thing, because like now it's not that hard anymore. So there are harder things.
How many people do you have now in all your companies?
Like all in total, where I'm partner with, or which are only.
Let's say all that you manage yourself.
Well, like I have in my companies, I have like multiple shareholders. So, but I'm in all companies like the one with the most shareholders. So, like in total with all companies, it's around 90.
90 people.
Yes.
How do you select people?
Well,
because it's very difficult to find the good people. And what is your secret to finding the best people?
Sometimes it's or like at first you can like structure the process with like personality tests, with questions. we started to ask like random questions and to see how people solve problems.
Okay.
And it's like when you ask like, okay, like for example, Facebook and Google stop advertising, how would you monetize the platform?
Okay.
This is something we ask. There's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
And we asked another question like, you're a CEO of Amazon Fresh, so like in 24 hours you have to deliver food to all Berlin, to people. How many trucks do you need?
Right.
So it makes no sense, this question.
Yeah.
So like, but people are answering all different, and then you can see like how they're solving problems. And it's pretty interesting, and this helped a lot for us personally. And what are personality tests, like what of the 16 personalities people are. After that, like we invite them, talk to them. After that, if they're approved by the management, they get into, they have like one test day, and when they're approved through that, they have like 3 months or 6 months of test period, and after that they get the contract.
What can you recommend to those viewers who are watching us now if they want to start business but they are afraid?
Just start and like be stubborn enough to hold on. Learn as much as you can.
Do you remember how you started? What was this point when you decided to do it for yourself?
Point was basically that I didn't want to work for anybody anymore, and I wanted to have freedom.
Right.
I wanted to make my own decision, and I want to create something with my own hands. So something that is from me, and I own that.
Right.
But what I would recommend to anybody, like, be stubborn enough to hold on. There will be a lot of things that will not work, but the more you learn, the more resourceful you get, the more you get awareness, and the awareness and resourcefulness helps you to solve problems that will appear. It's just a journey of solving problems, ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. Be stubborn enough to hold on your dreams, because you will reach them. Everything is achievable and doable. It's a lot of work, of course.
How to become a business partner of Raoul? Who should I be?
Definitely somebody who has experience. Who do you need to be a business partner of mine? Like, I don't know, like there are a couple of them, and they're all like experts, or like other entrepreneurs. Of course, they're experts in their fields usually.
Right.
They can do their skills good, or they are investors. They have the money, and also like with that experience, because usually there comes experience with money.
Being the expert of marketing, what would you recommend to those people who are watching us now?
So first of all, you need a strategic objective. So where do you want to go?
Yeah.
So basically, what do you want to achieve? You need to figure that out first. Second, you need to have like a USP, a unique selling proposition, to know so people know what they get from you and why you're different. So then it needs to be clear, and then you need to ask yourself, where are your customers? Basically, like, because it makes only sense to market where your customers are. Like, for some people it makes sense to advertise on Facebook, for others it doesn't. And third, like, you need to have like then fourth, you need to have a marketing strategy. So like how to reach them, what offer you put them into their face,
right?
How to get their attention, and in the end how to convert it. So that's it.
Remember the words. Do you think you need business education to have a successful business? I know that you don't have business education, but still I'm asking.
I have some kind of business education because I went to school,
right?
Where it was like college, but they still teach like the first semesters of business economics. I have also a degree in that, but no college education, no university degree.
Right.
I have some business partners of mine. They never went to universities. They never went to like a college, and they're still successful. So yes, it is definitely possible.
What are the 3 books that influenced you the most?
Psycho-Cybernetics from Maxwell Max, definitely. This is a really good book. 10x Rule from Grant Cardone. I like Relentless from Tim Grover, the basketball trainer of Michael Jordan.
Right.
You read it?
No, I will.
You will, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
What trends in marketing you can name that are happening now or will happen in about 1 year, so that you can stay ahead of the game in the following year, in 2019?
And I think it's like very hard to predict trends in marketing. Like what the most obvious is definitely Instagram, who's like I think getting bigger definitely. What getting harder is Facebook, for example, like because more and more advertisers are coming. I think YouTube will a little bit change itself, but more I cannot say, to be honest, because everything is changing so quickly, and in the end, like marketing is the same like 100 years, so like or 1,000 of years. Just the game is a playing game. Like the field is changing a little bit, so like you need to be aware of this and how to adapt fast.
So you mean to say that the rules of marketing have not been changing, like the basic rules, right?
Absolutely.
Only the means of communication.
Yeah.
How many businesses do you run now?
I have in total like five companies, and they're like divided into. One company is like also has a holding company, holding structure. So in total it's a little bit more, but like five companies and 2 software companies, 2 marketing agencies, and yeah.
Did you ever think about doing business, or how the decision came to you? You said you met one of the mentor, like your potential mentors. But prior to that, there was no even idea of doing a business.
Before that, I wanted at least like some job, profession where I earn more than the average money. So I was looking for lawyer or stuff like that. Yeah. Consultant, business consultant, McKinsey or stuff like that. Because I always wanted freedom, and money for me is freedom, you know. Yeah. I was thinking in that way. So like that I finish school, start studying, and then I will work for a consulting company, for example, get a promotion, and with 36 or so, then I will have saved some money, and then I will retire, or not retire, but go like work for myself, start my own thing. Then, and with maybe 40, 42, I will maybe, hopefully, have €1 million or so. So yeah.
What is the most unbelievable request that you received from a client?
Well, the most unbelievable request was probably like for a big company, they wanted to give a budget, like a very, very big company, and they want to give a budget of like €10,000 per month on Facebook, so they didn't completely understand anything at all.
So for the viewers who have no idea about marketing, about Facebook, Google, 10,000 euros or dollars per month for marketing. Is it big? Is it a lot, or it's little?
It depends on your size. But when you do like around let's say over 50 million per year, and you're like in B2C market, like €10,000 on Facebook is like literally nothing.
It's tears.
It's not even tears. It's less than tears.
How much money did you have when you actually started the business?
When I started my first business, I had like my budget, or like with the money I started was like around €6,000. That was when I was 18. That was all my savings from the last couple of 4 or 5 years. Like for me, €6,000 with 18 years was like a lot of money, like really a lot of money. I could buy a super nice, cool car for 18 years old and stuff like that. But I invested it like in my company. So that was the money I started with.
Can you please tell us a little bit about your parents? Because many people think that businessmen become successful because their parents are wealthy, they are successful, or they give them some advice. What was your parents' opinion about you starting a new business?
My mother definitely didn't like it. So she was like, absolutely like, no, don't do it, you need to study. My father was a little bit more open. He was like, yeah, please start studying, don't it's okay.
Waste your life.
Like not wasting your life, try it, I'm supporting you. But it would be still good if you would study, you know? And my mom was like, no, absolutely not, don't do it.
How far their opinions changed now?
Right now they're not saying anything about it. So like they're like, yeah, it's great that you had success with it. It's cool, and they changed their minds, like, and it's all good.
Where do you take motivation from? You said your goals and dreams. Anything else?
Well, like to achieve my potential, to see what's possible, like, because in the end we will all not leave this planet alive. So push hard.
Push hard.
Push hard.
Who are the top 3 businessmen in the world for you?
Who are alive right now? I think like who's very interesting persons like Ray Dalio. I already told, or I will say, like, probably it's Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk is also pretty interesting. Yeah.
So do you read books of theirs?
Yeah, sure.
What do you love about the UAE?
Many things. Like first of all, like the environment and the leadership of thinking bigger, of going for your vision. It's something what I especially like missed in Europe or Germany, like to go something what you stand for, to have dreams, big dreams. I like the decisions are making quick, like things change. Dubai is testing a lot of things, or the UAE in general. Of course, I like the people, like so many different cultures are here. Like right now, I think in the room there are also like more than 3 or 4 different cultures. So like it's pretty interesting, and it makes you more resourceful, I think. So any time where like out of your comfort zone and like you see so many different things, you're growing, you're getting more resources, and the more resourceful you are more aware of problems, you see things differently. That helps you to overcome challenges. In case you met His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, what would you tell him? I don't think I'm in the position to tell him anything, but yeah, it would be interesting. Like I read 2 of his books, and yeah, like I admire his leadership, so and his vision. So that's all I can say to that. For how much did your life change when you actually earned your first million? Nothing. Nothing changed. Not absolutely, not even a thing changed, because that's now a few years back, and nothing changed because I was in the very first years I was very savvy. I drove the same car. I kept all the money in the company. I didn't pay it out to me, and yeah, so really nothing changed. It was just a number. I was taking a picture with my phone from the bank account. Was like, yeah, I was thinking about for a second to send it all to my friends, and then I was like, no, you idiot, be humble, because that money could go as soon as you made it. Right. It takes a little bit of discipline, and then that's it. Worked on, because once you made $1 million, you realize it's not actually that much as you thought. You feel poor actually when you have €1 million or dollar or anything on, because you feel poor because you have a lot more to do right after this. Of course, and because it can like the more money you make, basically, usually the more money also you pay. So like there are costs for employees. Like when you start out with business, maybe they're like maybe you have from the beginning 1 or 2 employees, or maybe not, and you pay like maybe your expenses, and that's it. But as soon as there will be times then where you have like every month like to pay 6 figures or maybe more, just for employees or tools, or employees and tools, or legal things and legal structures, everything, and then you realize, oh, it's actually not that much. I'm middle class. Right. You say that you build brands. Can you please explain what does it mean to the audience who doesn't know what it is? Personally, I'm very creative naturally, so that's kind of like my talent. But I also force myself, like as a creative person, what you don't have is very often is like a creative person who is also good in numbers. Like, so I forced myself to learn numbers, to be good in Mars, to be great in analytics and basically like everything that has plus and minus. And also to buy traffic, to buy visitors online, to buy customers online, to generate leads. Yeah. So my part is very online focused, but not only. So because of the numbers, of course, it's online focused, but what I also do is like a lot of offline stuff. In the end, I work with brands and where I can see like the growth and extend the vision the owners or the people with the brand has, and can extend it with my knowledge. So like what products the market needs, how to advertise right, how to create new products, how to create a stronger standing in the market, how to create a bigger picture. Because online you can paint a picture in the people's head, the perfect picture of your brand in the people's head. You're in control. It's not like the people are in control, but you're in control, and you can create the picture you want if you're conscious about it. And this is very powerful. So with the right video, with the right copy in your advertisement, it makes a difference of one new customer or 10,000 new customers. Yeah. That's what I do. So I create big events, I sell big events, I sell a lot of event tickets, around 100,000 event tickets per year. I sell a lot of books of authors online. So last week we sold a new book, 25,000 books in less than 72 hours or around 72 hours.
How did you do that? What is the secret?
Well, it was a great video, yeah. Creative. We published it on Facebook, YouTube, basically everywhere, Instagram, and we had a great pre-launch running. So like people were a lot of aware. We could decrease the cost because in times of increasing cost we could decrease the cost actually, yeah. Which was also a pretty huge success. And we sold in less than 10 hours, I think, more than 10,000 books, which is also like new record for me. And every 3 to 4 seconds came a sale in, so that was pretty fun. Yeah. Pretty cool experience. Like every launch that goes successful, it's like this adrenaline rush. Yeah. And you're sitting there in our meeting room where we did.
And you have the
hot
counts,
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the TV we have the dashboard. Then we're sitting there, 4 or 5 people, and then with the other team members on the call, Zoom calls, and that's pretty fun and exciting. And you always get like it's addictive. It's really addictive because you know you worked so hard for something and then you accomplish it and you see like the feedback. It's like the revenue, how good your work was in the end. Like the bigger the revenue, the better and effective your work was.
All right, so this was Raoul Plickat, one of the best marketing specialists, marketing gurus of the modern markets online. Thank you very much for meeting us. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Get the #1 step-by-step guide on how to become your own boss in the UAE. You will learn how to start your own business in the UAE. Just click the link in the description below this video and follow this link. This is your time to start. Click the link below this video. Bam!